Says you're not able to join me, James.
There I am. I hope you see me.
Awesome. Can you see me properly? All good?
I think we're all good, yes.
Awesome. Are you on Facebook as well? Already?
Yes, everything is live. So hey everyone, I'm James, founder of Fit for Birth. Thank you so much for being here as part of our live. Let me introduce why today is such a unique day and one that I have been excited for a little while. So Fit for Birth, I'm going to be real short because we got so much stuff to go over and 20 minutes to do it. You know it goes fast, right? So Fit for Birth, we are this hub of pre- and postnatal continuing education, right? And we have our courses, but there's also other courses in the industry. And why today is so special is because if you're wondering what those other courses have, at least a little bit of details, Yusra is on live with us today, and the reason she's here is because she has taken multiples of other courses. And I'm not going to speak too much. I'll let her sort of go. If you have questions, if you're wondering what other courses you want to take in the industry and stuff like this, today is the day for you, you know? And I will just ask one question. Feel free to throw your questions down there. But I'll just start it off with one question, and that is, Yusra, please, tell us what it is that you want to tell us about these courses. Tell us your experience, obviously, with Fit for Birth as well, and who you are. You do online sessions with pre- and postnatal women around the world. And, okay, I'll stop. And ladies and gentlemen, Yusra.
Okay, awesome. Hi, everyone. As James said, my name is Yusra Es-Haq. I am a pre- and postnatal trainer, online trainer. I used to work with people face-to-face, but then now I've totally moved online. With 4 children, it can get pretty tricky doing that face-to-face. Okay, so my journey with Fit for Birth started after the birth of my 3rd child, who was a C-section baby due to placenta previa. So there's no way I was going to give birth any other way, right? Now, my first 2 babies were normal, unmedicated vaginal deliveries. I trained through all my pregnancies, and then with my 3rd, I'm like, you know what, no matter how hard you train, no matter what you're doing, it's C-section for you. Your placenta is just way too close to your cervix, and your baby's not coming out that way. Obviously, for someone who was hoping for another vaginal delivery, that was heartbreaking for me personally, right? So then I had my baby. Now, I knew I wanted baby number 4. Right? At that time, I was already a trainer. I was a certified personal trainer. I wasn't a postnatal trainer or prenatal trainer. Even though I had already multiple training certificates, and I knew what worked for me because I'm always someone who used to train, but I wasn't confident in training anybody else. I didn't have the knowledge to, don't give me a pregnant mom and say, train her. I wouldn't know where to begin because I didn't feel that confident. That was the first reason of why I joined Fit for Birth. The second reason is I wanted a VBAC, right? I knew my C-section was purely because of the placenta previa, and I was praying for my 4th baby that wouldn't occur. So I wanted to be in best shape to get that VBAC baby. Now, at the time, I was in a country that really didn't do any vaginal deliveries after C-sections. It was once a C-section, always a C-section kind of thing, right? And I really wanted the C-section for myself because then I had 3 other children to look after with no help. My husband was in the UK at the time. I was in Africa. So, yeah, I really wanted that vaginal delivery. Anyway,
which is common in many countries, of course. And what country were you in? Why don't you tell us?
I was in East Africa, Tanzania at the time. Yeah. So I enrolled with Fit for Birth, and I was like, right, this is what happened. How do I get that feedback? So this, the knowledge, this, James, right? You know how I've always been communicating with you guys from the beginning. It was mind-blowing. The breathing, the history of childbirth. Now, as a trainer and someone who's been training all her life and training others as well, you'd think I'd know all this stuff, right? But no, it was like the aha moments were crazy, from the history of childbirth to, belly pump, core breathing belly pump, how that plays into our movements, how to kind of visualize birth. Now, with my VBAC baby, with my VBAC, maybe that visualization got me through that labor like quick. It was absolutely insane.
Awesome.
So I did get my VBAC. Baby number 4 was born within 7 minutes after 3 pushes, which I was super excited about. And then we moved countries again. Now, I had done, so I'm referring to the PPCES, right? The Pre- and Postnatal Exercise Specialist.
Yeah, Fit for Birth's flagship course then. This was the first one, to make it clear, this was the first pre- and postnatal certification course you did.
Exactly, yeah. And so, but then we're moving countries. I've always wanted to do the pre- and postnatal diastasis and co-consultant one, but the time was just not working for me, right? Then we moved back to England. It's like, okay, now I'm settled with the kids. I need to kind of get more education happening. And that's when I signed up to PPDCC. I was like, okay, if I've done this stuff, this shouldn't be anything new. Double whammy again. There was all these things about pelvic floor and how the whole, core unit works together, and all the protocols that you guys shared with us, and all the, what I mostly love about Fit for Birth courses is how you deliver the course, that you standing there, James, and just talking to the trainers, and they ask so many questions that I would have to begin with, and I would get them answered right there and then. So that interaction was really helpful for my learning style.
I see. So
it made me understand.
Yeah, you enjoyed, in Fit for Birth courses, you enjoyed having which is something we hear a lot, I would say, that you enjoyed the interaction of actually having a filmed live course room then for the 3 days, getting your questions answered along the way.
Exactly, and that was fantastic. So even though I wasn't lucky enough to attend the live course, I felt like I was there because there was so much that was going on. So I completed my PPDCC, and then I was like, right, what's next?
And so that was it for Fit for Birth. You had the 2 sort of main courses we have, the CES, the DCC, great. And you're like, what's next? You're 4 babies in, and how's your practice at this point, by the way? Where are you in your practice?
All online. I had transformed everything online. So everything I've learned, everything I'm learning, I'm able to apply that online. So I'm able to do that perfectly fine. I work with women from all over the world, which is fantastic. Okay, so Fit for Birth, that was done. Now I was looking for more courses. What else is out there? What else can I do? And then I came across Girls Gone Strong. Okay, so James, are you okay from here for me to go on each one and just what they're about and what I liked about them?
Yeah,
okay?
Perfect. And here, let's set up an outline for everyone to understand. So the next one you're going to talk about is Girls Gone Strong, which was your next course. Then you're going to talk about which certification after that?
Sarah DUVALL, which is the postnatal corrective exercise specialist course.
That's right, and it's another corrective exercise specialist, pre and postnatal corrective exercise specialist course. Sarah DUVALL, and then third will be.
And then I'm going to talk about the pelvic floor and core foundation with BURRELL education. So that is not specific for pre and postnatal, but it's a woman's health course.
So pelvic floor courses within the BURRELL education out of the UK, and then.
And then the other one is Anthony Lowe's, a female athlete. So again, it is not specifically for pre and postnatal, it's just all women, even men as well. So,
okay.
So
and that's Anthony. Got it. That's Anthony Lowe and the female athlete. Okay, so those 4. Great. So now, in 11 minutes, ready, go.
All right, here we go. All right, so Girls Gone Strong is obvious. So I think they do two main courses. The one that I did is the pre and postnatal pre and postnatal exercise certification. Again, they start from a pregnancy. They go into the physiological changes that happen in each trimester, which is really, really good. What exercise considerations to think about when you're training pregnant moms, what may they be experiencing, so the physiological and the psychological changes, how to refer them out if you need to, what things to watch out for, how to work with physios, so referrals and building those connections, which I thought was really, really handy. So once you move from the pregnancy, you go into the postpartum, So how does the healing begin? How do you get them back into working out? Again, what kind of assessments do you do? Do you need to refer them out? Is it safe for you to work with them? So you kind of tick all those boxes. They also talk about nutrition. So they talk about nutrition from pregnancy and also what kind of things, would be nutrient dense for the moms. You want all the energy and all the goodness, right? If you're going to stay up all night with the baby. So that was really happy. One of my favorite things with Girls Gone Strong is that after each chapter, they have a case studies. So you're given like a scenario. You have this mom and she's got these issues. How would you approach that, right? So that was really, really handy to just get you understand the concepts a little bit more. Now with Girls Gone Strong, it comes with a textbook, right? So they have a textbook. So that's like the manual, and then you have a workbook, and then you have the online section as well with the exercises. Oh, good. All right. So the next one is Sarah.
Would you?
DUVALL.
Well, before we move on, what if I said something like, in comparison, I'm not sure who we'll have on this. Obviously, we're going to have a lot of Fit for Birth, team members here. Would you maybe even be able to say, and I don't know if this will be easy or difficult, but a comparison with the CES and then a difference between the CES? Is that something to speak on?
I think the main difference in the delivery of information. So
Delivery.
It depends on some learning style. If someone is very into that interaction, like Fit for Birth, then they would enjoy Fit for Birth a lot more. But if someone was about, they like to read and things like that, they would enjoy this. But then for me personally, both are pretty good. They're both packed with information.
Okay.
Also with Fit for Birth, I felt like it went on about a breathing belly pump, which for me really, really sort of my clients love that. So Girls Gone Strong have mentioned that. Of course, they use that connection breath. They call it a connection breath. But I feel like Fit for Birth went into a lot more details when it comes to that. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, great. Okay, good. So next one is
Sarah DUVALL. Now, with Dr. Sarah DUVALL's course, so this is the postpartum corrective exercise specialist certification. Again, another awesome certification. Now, she does talk about her pregnancy, but a lot more of it is for the postpartum period, getting a mom back into working out. So how to ease them back into the heavy lifestyle, right? So she talks about things like how to carry a baby, how to keep your alignment and posture, and what kind of exercise to do to kind of sort of help mom move from here, which we tend to be a lot during the first days, to just help her stretch out and all these things. She also talks a lot about 360 breathing, so the canister building, breathing through your canister all around. And also the exercises, like there's a lot of exercise demonstration, which I thought was awesome. I have a few points here. So what you learned, lots of demonstrations. Pelvic floor, she goes into detail with the pelvic floor. How it works with the synergy, so all the muscles around, so the glutes, the adductors, other hip flexors, and how they all work together to sort of, ease pain or just in a movement and things like that. So again, that was really, really handy. Now with Sarah DUVALL's course, one of my favorite things is after each after each week, because how her course is divided is in 12 weeks. You don't have access to week 2 until you complete week 1. Week 1, that's how it is. Okay. Right? And it's all online. So your week 2 is disabled, literally, until you complete week 1.
Okay.
So after each week she has interviews. So she's interviewed nutritionists, psychologists, other physios, just to talk about whatever that was discussed in the chapter and their experience and their opinions and views and their evidence. So that was pretty handy as well. That was really, really good to see.
Great.
Any questions on, again, now, because I've done Fit for Birth, James, to me, none of this was entirely new. Yeah. Right? It was just knowledge from a different perspective. That's what it wasn't anything that I didn't already know, but it was really interesting just to see how other experts in the industry work and what their opinions are and what they think and stuff like that. So it was really, really cool to see.
Yeah, and I remember that when we chatted about this, just again to draw comparisons or differentiations, I remember that you said that there's a bit of an emphasis on, like let's get to the rib breathing, for example. It's similar conversation, same points, just where's the emphasis, and that falls a little bit differently. And then also it sounds like learning style again. If you're someone who wants to be prodded and pushed through the giving you section 1 and then section 2 and taking out section 1, this sort of system that's happening with Sarah DUVALL's course might be valuable, whereas at Fit for Birth, it's just an open-ended, kind of get to it when you want to get to it type of thing, right? Okay.
But what happened with Sarah DUVALL, she's such a sweetheart, because I messaged her, I'm like, look, I've done all this, I would really like to go through it quickly. Can you open it up for me? So she did. She opened up the courses for me. So I was able to exit them a lot faster. But ideally, in a normal setting, you need to go through each week as you do it. Yeah.
Right,
and I think that's a good thing. It allows you to focus on each week and not rush through the course as well. And I think she's only allowed me because I've done courses like this before, but I wouldn't recommend it for someone who's just starting out.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay. Now, by the way, I'll also use this as a moment to interject that for any of you, we are running, just watch the time again, Yusra. We knew this was going to be fast. If you're interested in this topic and you want more, you want to expand on the comparisons and ask questions, obviously send those questions in to us in whatever format is right for you, whether it's here on the lives at Facebook, Instagram, or whether it's, otherwise, hello@getfitforbirth.com if you want. And then otherwise, we'll just let you, keep going, finish off these 2, and let's see if this spawns another live for us down the road with Yusra to expand on anything. Sound good?
We managed because we've got like 3 minutes left.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so with BURRELL education, again, how their concept is similar to Fit for Birth. So a pelvic floor function, core breathing. They also talked about the 360 breathing. What particularly stood up for me with this one is they dug deeper into bladder functions and how bladder functions with the pelvic floor. When the bladder relaxes, the pelvic floor, contract so to blood of accumulate, your pelvic floor has to sort of contract to stop it from coming out when the bladder contracts. So I found that sort of synergistic function really, really cool, and how it plays out with all the other abdominal muscles, your glutes, your back. So yeah, again, nothing new there, but it was from a different perspective, different specialists, their experiences, they're bringing the experience into the course, which again is always fantastic, right? So yeah, any questions on BURRELL education?
And by the way, we can go over a minute or two, or don't be in that much of a hurry. It's okay. You can finish your point, feel complete about it. What I heard there, and I had a lot of sort of feedback. It broke up on my end, but it sounded like a lot of connection to bladder was talked about there, and that was a little bit different. Yeah. And then no. Otherwise, go ahead and continue. Thank you so much. Learning style. Did you want to speak about the learning style of BURRELL though?
Learning style was similar to Sarah DUVALL's. Not in terms of the weeks. It was just through a video. So she just spoke on a video and things. And it was a lot shorter, the course with the one I did, because they do a lot of courses. But the flow component that I did is quite short. So I managed to complete it in like a week or less. So it was quite short, but it was on point. It had a lot of information packed on this. So that was pretty good.
Great. All right, great.
Okay, so last one is Anthony Lowe's female athlete. Now, this is not specific for pre and postnatal moms. It's for everybody. So it's for athletes, non-athletes, for people who've never given birth, people who have given birth, athletes who are postpartum and going back into training. His main message is do something different, right? And this is what is so powerful. We have all these, we taught so many things, right, James? So the techniques, the posture, what is good and what is not very good and things like this. But you always have people that no matter what you apply, it still doesn't work. So he's teaching us to think outside the box.
Yeah.
Do something, because everybody is unique. Whoever is in front of you is unique. What may work for someone will not work for someone else. So he teaches us to challenge our beliefs, teaches us to challenge our biases, teaches us to get to point A to B using a motorway, not a narrow path. There is no, don't use a single path. Do different things. Get outside the box. Don't limit yourself and your abilities, and don't limit your client's abilities. Right? So for me, that is how, because we can get all the education that we want, right? But at the same time, the person who's in front of us is more than a pelvic floor. It's more than a core. It's the person behind the pelvic floor, person behind that core. So he talks about psychosocial. So the person's histories matter, the person's experience matters, how they feel, what they've been through, what their goals are, what their dreams are. And all that needs to be taken into account in how you treat that person.
Yeah.
So for me, that was really powerful. Yeah. And he's spreading that message amazingly, which is fantastic to see. Yeah.
Well, I started laughing there because my video is moving on me here. Thank you, Yusra. And let me go ahead.
With Anthony Lowe, his courses are a bit like yours. So he does them live, and then for us who do it online, watch the recorded lives. So it's very interactive in that way.
Yeah, and he sounds like that's something that I find myself saying on the Q&As actually every Wednesday is what is your specific thing going on with you or with your client. So a lot of parallels. Does that wrap up your Anthony Lowe?
Yeah. I'm done.
Okay, then as we sign off here, what I'll do, we did some awesome time, is I'm just going to look through and then see. First of all, I don't know if someone made a mention of a comment that your face may not be in the screen totally. I don't know if that, I see your face in the screen fine on my end. I don't know. And then you got a few I love yous, Yusra, Team Fit Shotzi. And then there was a question here. Yusra, my love, you're the best. Anthony Lowe is king. I don't like that way. I think was referring to the learning style that was, where it sort of pushes you through. I'm not positive, but I think that was it. And then
everybody's different, right? So,
exactly. And then someone said, what cert is that? The one before Anthony Lowe. That was the BURRELL education. BURRELL, right?
It's the pelvic floor and core foundation.
Pelvic floor and core foundation. Okay, great. Okay, so let's sign off then here. And then again, like I said, I hope this was helpful for some of you who are thinking of which course might be right for you in the industry. And then those of you who are ready for your next course, right? If you have more questions about this, please, again, message us on Instagram, message us on Facebook, or send us a hello@getfitforbirth.com. And, we're here to be your team for all things. So I hope we've done that here in a little bit of way today. And I'd love to do this again with Yusra. Thank you so very much, Yusra. You're awesome. We love you, Yusra.
Thank you, Jen. Speak soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.